The conference hall aboard the Dominion flagship Eternal Reign gleamed with cold precision. Ambassador Ava Chen stood before the Council of Seven, her military uniform bearing the scars of a dozen campaigns. Behind her, through the panoramic viewports, the smoldering remains of New Terra drifted like dying embers against the void. "You understand, Ambassador?" Legate Vorthax clicked, his mandibles spreading in what passed for a smile among the Crithian. "That your colony's resistance was unfortunate. The Dominion does not tolerate defiance." Ava's jaw tightened. 40,000 souls. 40,000 men, women, and children reduced to ash because they'd refused to surrender their farmlands. The Dominion had made examples before, but never like this. Never so completely. "We came in peace," she said, her voice steady despite the rage burning in her chest. "We negotiated. We compromised. We stayed civilized. And yet," Vorthax gestured with a chitinous limb toward the ruins, "your people refused the Dominion's generous offer. This is the consequence of stubbornness." Ava took a step forward. Every Crithian guard in the room tensed, plasma rifles humming to life. She ignored them. "For 3 centuries we've played by galactic law," she continued. "We've followed your rules, respected your territories, submitted to your courts. We've kept our claws trimmed and our teeth filed down because we wanted to be part of your civilized galaxy." She pulled a small device from her pocket. The guards raised their weapons, but she simply placed it on the conference table. A data chip, ancient and worn. "Do you know what this is, Legate?" Vorthax's compound eyes flickered with disinterest. "Human trinket, irrelevant. This contains our complete military history. Pre-contact, before we met you. Before we learned to be civilized." Ava's smile was cold as vacuum. "I thought you should see what we were before we decided to play nice." She activated the chip. Holographic images filled the chamber. Trenches filled with mud and blood. Cities reduced to rubble. Mushroom clouds blooming like terrible flowers. Orbital bombardments, chemical wastelands. Battlefields where millions fell. "We are apex predators from a death world, Legate. Our planet tried to kill us for millions of years, with disease, with weather, with creatures that saw us as prey. We climbed to the top of our food chain by being more vicious, more adaptable, and more terrifyingly persistent than anything else on our world." The images shifted. Soldiers fighting in frozen tundras, scorching deserts, crushing ocean depths. Humans surviving, adapting, conquering. "We fought each other for thousands of years. We perfected warfare while your species was still learning agriculture. We split the atom and nearly destroyed ourselves twice, then decided we wanted to live instead. Do you understand what that means?" We looked into the abyss of extinction and chose to step back. Vorthax chittered nervously. "Ancient history. You are bound by galactic law now." "We bound ourselves," Ava corrected. "We chose civilization. We chose restraint. We locked away the monsters we used to be because we wanted to be better." Her eyes locked onto the Legates. "But you've just reminded us why those monsters existed in the first place." She tapped the table, and the hologram changed. Fleet deployments. Military installations. Weapons specifications. This is the Terran Defense Force as you know it. 1,800 ships. Conventional plasma weapons. Standard deflector shields. Very civilized. Very by the book. Her finger moved. "And this is what we've actually been building." The display exploded into a cascade of data. Thousands of vessels hidden in asteroid belts and deep space. Weapons that made Dominion plasma rifles look like toys. Kinetic kill vehicles that could crack planets. Biological agents tailored to every known species' genetic code. AI-controlled drone swarms numbering in the millions. We never forgot how to be monsters, Legate. We just put the monster in a cage and pretended it wasn't there. The council chamber erupted in agitated clicking and chittering. Vorthax slammed his appendage on the table. "This is a violation of treaty. The Dominion will do nothing," Ava interrupted. "Because 40,000 humans just died following your rules. And humanity has decided we're done playing by them." She leaned forward, and every species represented in that room felt the predatory weight of her stare. "You wanted to see what happens when humans stop being civilized? Let me paint you a picture. We don't have honor codes that prevent night attacks. We don't have religious taboos against biological warfare. We don't surrender when we're losing. We burn everything down so our enemies can't have it either. We fought wars that lasted centuries over ideas, Legate. Imagine what we'll do over 40,000 dead children." She straightened, buttoning her uniform jacket with deliberate precision. I'm returning to Earth now. In 72 hours, our ambassador will present the Dominion with new terms, reparations, territory, and a solemn promise that this never happens again. Her voice dropped to a whisper that somehow filled the entire chamber. If those terms are rejected, the galaxy will learn what humans were like before we chose to be civilized. And I promise you, Legate, you don't want that education. Ava turned to leave, then paused at the door. Oh, and one more thing. That colony you destroyed? New Terra? She looked back over her shoulder. The colonists there were pacifists, religious, conscientious objectors who'd never held weapons. You massacred the gentlest humans we had. Her smile was terrible to behold. The rest of us are considerably less forgiving. As the doors closed behind her, Commander Knox was waiting in the corridor, his tactical display showing Dominion ships scrambling in panic across 3 sectors. How'd it go? He asked. Ava's expression was grim. We tried peace, Knox, we really tried. And now? She looked out at the stars, ancient and cold and uncaring. Now we remind the galaxy why Earth's motto is come in peace or leave in pieces. Behind them, the Dominion's greatest war machine began to realize it had awakened something far older, far more dangerous, and far less merciful than anything the galaxy had seen in 1,000 years. Humanity was done being civilized, and the stars would burn.